Hey guys, happy Sunday. I'm just sitting here pondering just life and my next steps and what I've been learning with, more time off and everything. So, of course, I'm not perfect yet. There's a reason why I don't want to go back into full time and why I really want to focus on my recovery and actually talk about it, because I really didn't talk about it for a long time. Like I say a lot, I really didn't talk about it. So this is very new to me, and instead of just pretending, we're just continuing to have the problem and move on with my life and just keep working, or let it like pop back in my life and keep working. I'm really taking the time to address it, and it's not easy. The things that I'm learning about just like myself and my traumas and my past, and it really is taking some time, but I know it's going to get better. I'm very thankful to not be in active addiction anymore. I think that is such an amazing thing. I was in active addiction working these full-time jobs, like I said. And where I'm at now, I'm not in active addiction. I'm still dealing with triggers, and stuff comes up that I'm not used to dealing with. But I'm not in active addiction. I'm at a good point in my life where I'm just almost starting over, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with starting over. I wouldn't say I'm starting over like financially or anything, because, I had these jobs recently, but I am starting over emotionally and, just trying to figure out what really makes me happy and where I want to go in my life. And I sometimes get stressed out about feeling like I need to prove to everybody that I'm not in active addiction anymore. Like, I'm not perfect. I will say that I'm not perfect, but I'm not in active addiction. And, I have my moods, I have my moments, but yeah, I know that I'm in a much better place than I was last year. I feel like I have a really good sense of just where I am in life, and I'm accepting the fact that I'm not perfect, and I am growing from it and working on that instead of just letting it linger. So yeah, I think this process is important, and that is why I need this extra time. In like talking about it through the videos and everything does help me a lot too, because people will comment, and sometimes I get advice that I really didn't know I needed. But I'm also in like, the main thing that I've been thinking about lately is no one really knows how bad it's been. I mean, because like I said, I've been working, they don't realize that now I'm actually in a much better spot, even though now I'm talking about it, and now people are like, some people for the first time are aware of it for the first time, so they're probably worried about it too. And that, yeah, just talking about it, people get uncomfortable, it's, I'm that girl, and I'm that daughter that people are like, oh, she maybe didn't know that I went to jail and stuff, but I'm that daughter that now they know I went to jail and that I'm working on my drug addiction, I'm that daughter, and then I'm also that girlfriend, I'm that girl, but at the same time, I'm okay with it as long as I know where I'm at. I'm in a good place. I really am. I'm not perfect yet, But recovery is seriously like I said, I've been sober before, but I really haven't put in the work. And you need to put in the work. I'm facing things that I didn't even realize that were affecting me and affecting my decisions in life. Now I really know what kind of life would make me happy. And it's really not, I'm not asking that much. I just want a life. I want a good romantic partner, of course, which I think I have. But at the same time, I also I want to move. I want to be in a place that I actually feel connected to. And I'm now prioritizing people that I genuinely enjoy their company. And I feel like they know me and enjoy me, and people that I can be real around. And this is just me, and I definitely feel like this isn't the best version of me yet, but this is the most authentic I have been in a very long time, and I wouldn't say that the drug addiction defines me, but it has been holding me captive for a long time, and it's also been a lot of the reason why I've settled in my life. Like I said, I don't know, they're decisions that I've made that, like, with work and just people that I try to please and try to prove myself to, that I just don't need to anymore. I would be perfectly happy living, not necessarily by myself, but there aren't a lot of people that I really feel that close to, and I would like to build relationships with some people, but then there are some that just don't get me, and they never have, There's some people that irk me, and I'm really not that hard to get along with. It just depends. I'm at the point now where I don't need to prove shit to anybody. I'm very happy with where I am, to be honest. I'm not perfect, and I know that, but fuck, this is the happiest I've been in a long time, believe it or not. Less money than I had, and definitely, people probably know things about me that obviously that's the worst. They know the worst stuff about me now. But me personally, with how I view myself, this is like the best I have ever probably felt about myself. Because even before I hit addiction and everything, I had went through like childhood trauma and just like situations that, weren't fair to me. But then I also, like I said, like I just went from one bad relationship to another. Starting with my home life, it wasn't good. It was a very negative home life when I was a kid. Not all of it was negative, but there were some pretty terrible things about it. Which I won't get into. I'm not an asshole. I'm not just gonna but then right out of that, I got into that abusive relationship immediately, and then got that drug addiction, and then the drug addiction kind of kept me also, and then with the childhood trauma, all of that, just where I am now, I'm healing from all that stuff. But then I'm just authentically yeah, this is stuff I've struggled with recently. But once I get that where it needs to be, which is not there yet, like I said, I'm still, kind of new to recovery and new to that kind of work. I'm amazing. I love myself. And even in active addiction, I was still performing great at work. I was still very good to other people. So once I get this worked out for me, I'm not putting up with anything that that is just negative to me anymore. And I'm tired of trying to please other people. Yeah, I really am in a good place. I love who I am becoming, and I don't care what anybody thinks about it, because I am not gonna kill myself. I'm happy with where I am, and I'm happy with where I'm going. I'm happy with the work I'm doing, and of course, You know, like there's always that possibility that I'll mess up and die or something. Of course, that's scary. That's what drug addiction, that's the scariest thing about drug addiction. But I'm not in active addiction. And I'm actually doing the work. I'm not in active addiction. I'm not. I can honestly say that. And that's amazing, you know? Back to where I was before. Of course, there's still that risk, and I'm not perfect, but I'm not in active addiction, and I'm putting in the work every day. So I'm really proud of myself. I love the fact that I'm actually being smart about who I put myself around and what I take in. You know, like I've just always, I love good energy, I love positivity. Like, I don't know why I settled for anything less and why I felt like I had to be something that just wasn't authentic. So, anyway, I'm really happy with where I am, and it just puts me in also kind of a weird spot because nobody really knows what direction I'm going. They just know that I've come out. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to zoom in on myself. They just know that I've come out with this addiction, and a lot of people didn't know that it was a problem, so people are probably really worried, but they shouldn't be. And they won't be, I think, with time, of course. But yeah, the main thing is that I know where I'm at, and even if nobody, maybe people will get on board eventually, and even if they don't, screw it. I know that I'm in a much better place than I was or ever probably have been, and it'll only get better. So I hope everyone's having a good day. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.